All right. So we're going to talk about a list. A magical list that has appeared from nowhere. I don't even know where it's from actually. Does it say? Maybe? We're going to talk about it because it seems to be being shared far and wide as the proof that Mortal Kombat is not dying. Proof. Okay. Right. So we're gonna go through this because it's very interesting. It says at the top here, 2023 year top 20 games, physical and full game digital from the Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox platforms for publishers in the digital leader panel, ranked on dollar sales. McDonald's would outsell the local restaurant, but does that mean McDonald's has better food? Also down at the bottom, which is very interesting, right, this is what I'm confused about. Or maybe not. Maybe not. It says digital sales not included, Xbox and Switch digital sales not included. Includes physical and full digital from the Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, and Steam, Xbox platforms for publishers in the digital leader panel, ranked on dollar sales. Excludes add-on spending. Note, inclusion of digital sales data in the best-selling title charts is done at the discretion of the participating publisher. What do you think that means? What do you think that means? Well, what that means, from my layman understanding of it, is that the company does not have to provide digital sales data. Okay. Now, I have to be clear on something. I'm still trying to figure this out, because they say at the top and at the bottom, this list includes physical, so an actual disc that you buy from the shop, which is essentially a glorified install disc now, and the full game digital, meaning that it would be the game that, I'm again reading this, I'm assuming correctly, the game that you buy when you go into the digital shop, like on Steam, right? So we know from their earnings call, or whatever it was called, that Mortal Kombat 1, I really can't stand that name. I really can't. What an insult. What an absolute insult to the original name of the game. That this game has sold 3 million copies. Okay? Last year. Nothing for this year. Last year. Okay? Because you can see that the reporting period is from the 1st of the 1st last year all the way through to the 30th of the 12th of last year. Okay? Not inclusive of anything that's happening this month. Right? Not to mention, it is not also mentioned that the game was put on half price. At the very least, it was half price on Steam. 3 months after it came out, the game had a 50% sales reduction. You don't normally do that, right? New games, when they come out, they don't have a big cut like that, usually that short after release, unless there are problems going on. Now, we know Warner Brothers is in trouble when it comes to money. We know they're not doing so good. And people will go, well, this is a financial success. This game It's everything. It's so good. Look at it. Look at where it is. Right? I'm assuming the rank is the overall rank. Selling out of all the big names. Coming in at number 8. Last month it sold at number 9. And people go, see? And then of course they were trying to say there was a win here because they outsold Street Fighter 6. Right? Again, McDonald's sells more food than the local restaurant. But does that mean that the local restaurant has worse food? Absolutely not. I guarantee it would have better and far healthier food. But Mortal Kombat, like a lot of the big names that you can see there, with something like, say, Call of Duty, obviously Hogwarts Legacy is an absolute monster of a game, Madden. These games sell in abundance, particularly things like Madden, where they're getting like yearly releases or whatever, with very little changes, very little upgrades. Everyone knows it, but everyone still buys it. Doesn't mean to say that just because it sells, it's a great game. Okay? So when people go, well, Mortal Kombat's not dead because of this list, I say, well, where's the retention rate? Why? Let me just double check, because when I was talking to the guys earlier in Discord, and I've been doing this for a while because it's very interesting, right? Let's see if MK is beating it, right? No, it's not. So I've been doing this test on Steam for a while. Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising came out. Absolutely stellar fighting game, packed to the gills with content. If you're into anime fighters, I can't imagine that you would be, you know, unhappy with the amount of content and things to do in that game. It is absolutely phenomenal. Wonderful game. Right? We've got Tekken 8 coming out. That's going to be the same. Just tons of content to do. Okay? And on Steam, what I've been doing, and since Steam is the smallest gaming platform, right? Right now, currently, I'm looking at it. I may as well, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you in real time. Why not? There we go. Show window. Okay, we'll just hide the picky. This is Mortal Kombat 1's current in-game like population, right? As in like people that have loaded the game up and are playing the game. Okay. And this changes naturally, the numbers go up. But the numbers never beat Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. Okay? So when when Mortal Kombat numbers go up, I go, ooh, and I go check Grand Blue, and Grand Blue is always beating it. I think in the sale period it wasn't. But yeah. And the reason why I make that comparison is because Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising is what I would consider like an AA release game. Not AAA, it's not selling on name recognition. It's its only second game out in a series. And despite that, despite not having nowhere near the household name as Mortal Kombat, Grand Blue is kicking ass. Absolutely just destroying it. Right? Now you can make the argument, sure, that there is a free-to-play version. Alright, let's be honest here, there is a free-to-play version. So I don't think I can tell whether or not how many of those people are using free-to-play or not. The reality is though, is that people are playing this game more. Whether it's obviously not going to be only free-to-play, because when I play online and people watch me play online, I'm constantly getting matches. Constantly. When you go into the lobbies, they are practically full. And then have to create further server shards in order to compensate for the populations. This game is doing just gangbusters. Amazing. Wonderful job that they've done with this game. Truly. And yet, it doesn't have the household name that Mortal Kombat does. So when you look at this list, right, I look at this list and I go, so what? Big deal. Right? Mortal Kombat sells. Not to mention the fact that what they don't tell you is that, yes, a digital version is straight to the customer. The physical ones, however, they get sold to the shop. Okay? And those games, there's no guarantee that those physical games ended up in the hands of the actual player base. Right? So if we look at, I'll check it out. Obviously it's not like the most accurate, not the most accurate. I think it's just like an aggregate. Right? If we're looking at, look at this, hang on, trying to get, can I do window capture on that? I'm going to do window capture on that. Yeah, here we go. Can I do that? Right. There we go. So, hang on. Move my shit around. There we go. So obviously it's not going to be fully accurate. In the last 30 days, Mortal Kombat 1 has lost 160,296 players. Right? Its online players in the last hour, which is coming from all platforms available. Like all platforms available. Right? What did it say? What did it say? Did I go past it? Oh yeah, here we go. So this is coming from obviously Windows, Steam, Xbox, PS5, Nintendo Switch, right? That's where it's coming from. Now obviously those numbers change naturally given the time of day. But if we look at the active players, if we look at the actual active players, which means people that have loaded the game up, whether it be playing online, whether it be playing offline, playing invasions, playing story, it doesn't matter. When you load the game up, it recognizes that you are actively participating in the game. Only in the last 30 days, 651,000 people. And you think, well, that's a lot, isn't it? Sure. But again, that's not 651,000 people, 742, that are playing the game online. And that's across 4 platforms. So divide that by 4. Now, obviously, PlayStation and Xbox are going to have the bigger pools. Nintendo and PC won't. But how much of the player base is actively playing online with these games? Right? I've talked about this before. This is the problem. So when you look at this list, this fabled Bible that everyone has pulled up, by the way, I'm very well aware of my tabs. All good things come to those who wait. So when you look at this list and you go, oh, see, it's not dead. Yes, it's sold. Physical copies get sold to the shop. There's no guarantee they made it into the hands of the player. Obviously, digital ones did, but we're not getting retention rates, so we have to figure that out ourselves. We're not getting how many of those games on the physical side actually made it into the hands of players from the retail shop. We're certainly not getting numbers of returns, refunds. How many people got this game and went, this is shit, I'm refunding it, I'm taking this back, this is rubbish. And for the people that are cheering this on, I want you to think about something for a second. You are cheering on mediocrity. You are cheering on a game that is clearly unfinished, that when I check all the people that give me shit, you know what I notice? They agree. They just don't like the way I say things because they're poor feelings. I'd give a shit if it wasn't so hot. Although I do have portable air conditioner over here, so I'm quite happy. You people are clowns, right? This is not a win. This is a joke. Okay? This is an absolute joke. And to think that this is some sort of like, see, the game isn't dying, doesn't mean anything. Right? Again, McDonald's outsells restaurants. You know, the great little Japanese shop down the road. But does that make suddenly McDonald's, you know, wonderful product? No, it doesn't. People buy it because it's cheap and is literally in the name, like fast food, right? That's you know, it's under that title because that's what it is. It's just quick and easy, just drive through, grab it. Doesn't mean to say it's great. Doesn't mean to say it's doing you any favors. It's shit compared to eating Japanese or going to an Italian restaurant. So there are metrics here that we're probably not going to get. So we have to deduce through what I just showed you to see whether or not, you know, this is true. We don't really know if it sold 3 million copies. It could have sold half of that. It could have sold half of that. We just don't know. Because they're not going to be honest. I mean, it is Warner Brothers. It's ironic how the very people that are sitting there blaming Warner Brothers for the state of Mortal Kombat suddenly look at this list and go, oh my god, see? This is gospel. No. You don't have it both ways. You just do not get to choose. Pick and choose. Which is why myself and many others are calling out the shills. Because you're a disgrace. Right? Anyway, nice try though, but no cigar. Catch you next time.